So, you have big ambitions and dreams of success. You want to create the life you've always envisioned. But there's a challenge: you struggle with laziness. You know exactly what needs to be done, yet you don't take action, leading to guilt because deep down, you know you're capable of much more. Over time, this guilt piles up, days turn into weeks, weeks into months, until eventually, you just accept it. Then, a new year arrives, bringing back the same old goals. You start strong, powered by motivation and a bit of self-deception, but soon enough, procrastination sneaks in, much like that one relative who always shows up uninvited. Your lingering procrastination becomes a routine, turning into a daily cycle of inactivity. Before long, you begin to see yourself as a lazy person. So, how do you escape this cycle and overcome procrastination? There are countless videos online, but most only deal with surface-level issues, like deleting social media or minimizing distractions. While these can help temporarily, they fail to address the core problem, the real reason behind procrastination, which can be summed up in one word: inertia. In physics, inertia means that objects at rest stay at rest, while objects in motion stay in motion unless an external force acts upon them. This is Newton's first law of motion, and it applies to tasks just as much as it does to physical objects. Getting started with any task, no matter how small, requires an initial push, a burst of energy to overcome inertia. The problem is, we make this initial push seem so overwhelming in our minds that we avoid the task altogether, turning instead to instant dopamine hits. To beat procrastination, we need to break inertia. There are two simple ways to do this. The hardest part is starting, so make it as easy as possible, reduce the pressure and take the smallest possible step. For instance, if you tell yourself, "I need to write a 5,000-word essay," the inertia feels insurmountable because the stakes are too high. But if you instead say, "I'll just write 50 words, the resistance becomes much lower, making it easier to begin, without relying on sheer willpower or discipline. Another effective method is the 2-minute rule. If you don't feel like working, commit to just 2 minutes and then stop if you want to. For example, if you don't feel like cleaning your room, play a song, clean while it plays, and stop when it ends. More often than not, you'll keep going beyond those 2 minutes, or you'll write more than 50 words. That's because, once in motion, we tend to stay in motion. Initially, it's like pushing a heavy ball uphill, but once past the point of inertia, the momentum carries us forward effortlessly. This is why the first push needs to be small and easy. In other words, lower the stakes and begin with just 2 minutes. These two techniques can be applied to any area of life, whether it's going to the gym, building a side hustle, maintaining relationships, or anything else. As Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step."